Hey everybody, thank you for being here at Millie Chan TV. I would like to introduce you to our guest tonight. We have Sophia Soguchi Williams from Belle Collective. We've just seen the third part of the three-part reunion, and we have Nikki Figgs here, just to talk with us, to be here, to give us some guidance, some structure, and keep us on the right path, and maybe give us some tools that we all can use. Um, in life. So thank you, Nikki, for being here. And if you hear something, you can just jump in and Sophia, if you have any questions, you can ask her.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Nikki.
Nice to meet you as well. And thank you, Millie Chan, for having me.
You're welcome. Hey, Spell. I'm so glad Spell is here. I'm so glad everybody's here. So this is it. So are you happy this is over, Sophia?
I am so glad this is over with. It's like peeling off a band-aid on a wound that's trying to heal. Because it was so heavy. It was just so heavy.
It was very heavy. I think the show started off good. We'll just go through the show together. So Glenn and Letitia are renewing their vows. They're going to renew their vows. So how do you think that that's going to be something y'all film? If y'all get a new season and everything, we'll see that.
I hope we film that. Letitia and Glenn has taken us on this roller coaster ride, like she says. So, and I want to see a wedding. I want to see a wedding.
Okay.
We need some happy moments on Belle Collective. I mean,
you do. You all have some really heavy situations on Belle Collective, and we're going to get into some of the heavy too here in a minute. Let me know your thoughts on Letitia and Marie speaking out to Tamara's ex, because that was a big thing.
It was a big thing this season. The ex. So I heard he didn't inbox me. I think he inboxed Akeisha as well. Trying to reach out to her, trying to get a word in. I wanted to speak. He had some information on Tamara. Of course, I guess he reached out to Marie, and Marie took him up. So here's my thing. I would not have done it. I probably would have ignored it. To each his own. I just don't agree with actually. That's just something that I wouldn't do. I don't think I would meet with somebody ex, and so I guess Marie, like, hell, I'm gonna meet with him and see what he got to say. It might be some interesting things on Tamara that that we can find out. But I would not have met with him.
Nikki, what do you think about that?
I think that it was a slippery slope because I don't think they really went into detail about Tamara's past with the ex, but it alluded to maybe some DB or like a dangerous situation. And I don't think that should have been tapped into by Marie. I think that there should have been a different angle if they were trying to play something up for the TV or whatnot. But I think that should have been left alone because, she's already put that to rest. She's already endured whatever she had to go through regarding that situation, whatever legal things she had going on at that time regarding that situation. So I think that should have just been left where it was because, that could have been a very traumatic experience for her. Those symptoms or those feelings back up. So I think that was poor taste in my opinion.
Okay. Let me ask you a question from someone that was in my comments. And they wanted to know, why did it take so long? Like, why was the delay so long between you finding Latrice a building? Because that was a hot spot this season. Because y'all, let me say this, y'all took that and y'all wrote that all the way out to this reunion.
It went on for too long. I can agree with that.
And I really hope y'all don't bring nothing else about no building up. If y'all
leaving all that shit in season 3. Look,
you're gonna have to. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Before I'm done with the damn building. She got a damn building. Shit, let's just do the grand opening and move on.
Yes, that's what I would love to see. But why did it take so long?
You know what? I was negotiating with, who the listing agent for Latrice on behalf of the building. Of course, we couldn't reach an agreement, like she said. So what I did was, she was trying to wait the listing agent out to see where he dropped the price on the building. So we was watching the building. And in the meantime, the time lapse where I should have had more communication with Latrice, I'm going to say that I was sending her auto emails of when new buildings come up. She'll get an email, and if she liked the building, she'll reach out to me. So she would get emails of buildings based on the amenities that she was looking for. And if a new building didn't pop up, she didn't get an email. It might be a new building pop up 2 or 3 weeks later, she'll get an email. So in between that, and you're right, I dropped the ball. I should have not just relied on the emails. Me should have picked up the phone and said, hey, Latrice, you got this building. Do you like this one or something like that? And I had so many other things going. I got other clients that I tend to, not to say that I don't give all my clients undivided attention, but I would have thought if Latrice saw one of the buildings that I would send her via email, that she would say, hey, Gucci, I want to go see that one. So, and I will admit that I did drop the ball. I should have, number one, got Latrice to sign the contract. Okay. Number two, been more attentive to her needs and looked a little harder since she was my friend at the time. And I can admit that.
Okay, so you said at the time. Are y'all not friends now, or where are y'all situation right now?
I mean, she said on national TV, she don't even know me. That we're not friends.
She did say that. She did say that. Did you all are from the same place, though? Did you all know each other, though?
I knew Latrice's family. I knew, her family and just, other than that, I didn't actually, know her. But the area, the place that I came from was Candace, so small, so everybody knew everybody.
Okay, all right. Okay, so Sophia, we're gonna have to just get into it because you know what the people want to talk about. You probably seen some stuff, so I don't want to just bombard you with this. So I will. The first question I'm going to ask is. How would you feel if, with everything that's going on, everything that's happening around you and Selena, how would you feel if she actually showed up on Belle Collective next season?
You know what, Millie? I never actually. I've heard Twitter and everybody want her. And honestly, to me, I really wouldn't care if Selena, even was a Belle on Belle Collective, because at the end of the day, I'm just not in a place where, I can have a conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? She'll have to create her own story. You know what I'm saying? Right. She wants to be her storyline. I won't want to have a scene with her right off, maybe season 5, 6, 7, 8 on down the line. I don't have a problem with her being on Belle Collective, being a Belle, coming in as a friend, to each his own, just create your own story, because the story that we had with my family, we don't put that to rest. I'm trying to move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have a problem at all.
So, because I know that I heard Sanjay tonight mention the peace bond. And I know that Sanjay is hurt because her mother wasn't there, but because of the peace bond, she couldn't be there. But she had a problem, I guess, with you filing claims against her mom. What do you think about that, Nikki? What would you have to say?
So I think that this is a very touchy situation. And I think that is touchy because a lot of it is playing out on TV. So it happens in real life, and then it happens again on TV and in real life because it's reliving it all over. But I would say that I am impressed that you would not mind if she was on the show. I do think that she would need her own storyline. I do agree, because I don't think that it's healthy for anybody involved to continue to carry this out for storylines. Like if something naturally happens and you're taping, then that's different. But to intentionally continue this for a storyline, I don't think will be healthy for the family dynamics. And I do think, like my suggestion to you, if Selena does come on the show, I think that you should definitely have a therapist
Mm-hmm.
outside of the show that's not taping for the show. Millie knows my pet peeve are these TV therapists. I just don't like it. I'm not sure of the effectiveness, but I think for your sake, you deserve to have somebody that you can talk to freely, openly, honestly, that's solely there for you, that creates a safe space for you to be able to process what's happening, because you don't want to film like scenes with her, so to speak, but it's reality TV. You know, people are going to be messy. I'll give you an example. Perfect example was the scene at the, I don't remember if it wasn't the cowboy thing. It might have been, I think it was maybe your barbecue event. And you were talking with Letitia and she made the comment, well, I think the problem is Cliff and JJ are in love with Selena and that's why they can't get along. And then you asked JJ, you mentioned it to JJ, you asked him about it. And JJ appears to be just very fun loving, goofy, outgoing, like he's very comfortable in his skin. He is who he is. I was an avid watcher of Bring It, so I'm very familiar with how his personality is brought to the television. I am aware that it's TV, so I don't know everything, but I could see in that scene he wasn't happy. And I think that you have to have somebody that you can process those kind of things with outside of the show, because like the show is a show, but it's your job. You want to keep your job. I enjoy watching you on the show. So I think if she does come, you're gonna need that additional support just for yourself. And you deserve that.
So what do you think, Sophia? You think
So, I mean, going back to what you said, piggybacking off what you said, Millie, then we get to Nikki. You said that you saw on the reunion tonight that, you know, that Sanjay was really upset that I had pressed charges against her mom. And that's something that, that's something that I didn't want to do. It you know, it had to soak in that when the incident happened that day, it had to kind of soak in. I just didn't run there to press charges that day. And like I was telling Carlos, sometimes you got to teach people how to treat you. I was physically assaulted, you know, and in that moment when I did call her extra, you know, and I apologize, Gucci taking accountability, I apologize. I just thought maybe, hey, she'll throw some shade back, you know. I didn't know she, you know, according to her, had all this built up stuff inside, because I didn't know. I mean, I'm just living my life, doing, you know, enjoying my all my kids, you know.
Yeah.
Bonus kids, my kids, JJ, we just living life, doing our thing. And I didn't know, you know, it bothered her that I didn't speak to her sometimes. Sometimes I did, like she said, sometimes I did. It didn't mean anything. I mean, I'm happy with Jay. I'm happy. I was happy with our blended family and what we had going. So I didn't actually know that there was a real problem. And I still don't even know what the real problem is today. Well, I do know the problem is today, I guess, that they're really, the family's really upset because I, you know, press charges. But like I said on TV today, the doctor said 1 inch to the left, it could have been my eye, and then it would have been oops.
Right. You know? Yeah. I mean, I think the glass was a bit much. I think Selena, I don't know if she's taking accountability for it. I don't know what she said something about it when she talked to Carlos. I don't know. But that was a lot, right? That was a lot. Regardless if, and I see people say different things in the chat, regardless if that was you and Selena threw a glass at your face, I'm sure that you would want to take press charges too. And regardless if you like Selena a lot, I don't think you would say, oh, you want to bring it, so I'll just get a Band-Aid. No, that was wrong. You were assaulted.
And the thing is, I clocked in for work. My job is to speak to the Bells. And I was like, well, let's make sure I dress all the Bells. And I was actually trying to avoid. I saw her in the room, and then you know, I'm like, it's got to be a reason why she's here. You know, it's not the baby shower. It got to be a reason. And when I pulled up at the event, I already had seen her car. I'm like, well, what is she doing here? You know what I'm saying? I'm at work. I'm clocking in. So my job is to speak to the Belle. So I was actually trying to pass her by, and she said, you don't see me standing there? No, not really. I'm trying to block you out and speak to these Bells and get past this day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it wasn't like I was trying to have a moment for TV. I would have wanted to bust it down with Latrice, because that suited me and her wasn't on the best page, or we was at odds, but I still showed up at her mixer because, hey, my call sheet say, hey, show up here. So, and I'm like, well, okay, let me go support her,
Is this something that you can answer? L. Clay said, why did her and JJ bring Selena's name up?
Well, I hate to destroy the integrity of the show, but I mean, Jay and her name was brought up to us. I mean, to be honest, her name was brought up to us. The first building that I showed Latrice we were filming, Latrice came to me and she must have told production that that Clifford had a relationship with Selena, and she said they want me to bring up Selena. I'm like, well, what they got to do with me? And she was like, well, Selena slept with my husband, but I called Selena. Selena said it was okay to bring her name up. I was like, well, go for it then. I mean, so it's not JJ and Gucci bringing up Selena's name. I mean, that's the name. This is reality TV, and we dig for mess. So Latrice actually told me, world, that they wanted to bring Selena's name up, and she called Selena, ex Selena, they want to bring your name up, and she said it was okay.
Okay, then. I hope that answers your questions. And
yeah, I hate to spill the tea, but you should, so
because like your first season on there was nobody mentioned her. Nobody mentioned her name. Nobody mentioned anything about her. I don't know what she was doing. Nobody said, why is she not on the show? Nobody mentioned her name. I mean, and literally, I don't think anybody was thinking about her. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just don't. Nikki, were you thinking about her for that?
The only reason why she may have popped in my mind again is because I watched Bring It. So when I saw JJ, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll see the girls. Maybe I'll see their mom. But I knew that was not the focal point of the show. So I didn't have any expectation of, like scenes or anything like that. It just popped up because of a memory, but nothing like an expectation of seeing her on the show.
So Nikki, did you know that I was married to Jay, or did you?
I didn't know that. I didn't know you were married to him because, again, on Bring It was more so focused on the kids. They played a little bit into the family dynamics, but not so much as getting to know them, but more so, oh, well, they're getting ready for prom, or we're at their house while they're packing for the next trip or something. So I didn't know you until I started to watch Belle.
So I have a question here from Kawali Anderson. No, not Kawali. Hold on 1 second. I don't want that one up there. This one, I think this is from from Shan. Why wouldn't y'all think the girls would feel a way about how you all were talking about their mom? Like, I guess they mean in confessional. Once Selena came into the picture.
I agree. I mean, I knew, my daughter, I have, I got a daughter too. You got real blended family. I got a daughter and a son besides JJ, girls as well. I knew that was risky.
Right.
And the reason why, let me just say, the reason when I really got vocal about their mom in the confessional is when the incident happened. I was like, oh, all gloves off now. So I got really vocal, and some things that I shouldn't have said, because it might have hurt their feeling. It kind of hurt my relationship with them, and I apologize for that. I apologize even for the event that happened. And I didn't want that to happen. And I had to learn how to forgive Selena for doing that, but I don't think I'm at a point where I'm ready to have a actual conversation with her right now. I got to do some more healing within myself before I'm able to have a conversation with her. To be honest.
Okay, so that's for CH, who is just coming in. That's what So Gucci was saying. If Selena joined the show, she would just have to take it at her own pace. Like if there are 5 or 6 seasons, maybe then, but not right after. She wouldn't be part of her storyline. So Selena would have to come in and develop her own storyline to be on the show. And that's fair because all the Bells have come in and developed their own storylines. And I understand that. So If they do bring Selena on the show, Jackie Kinney has a question. If
Mhm.
they do bring her on the show, would you stay on the show? She
I
loves it.
mean, if I get offered a contract, I'm not gonna let anybody run me out. I
Mhm.
mean, I got enough stuff going. I got enough story. I got enough layers to my family. I got enough stuff that Gucci is doing. There's enough stuff JJ doing. There's enough stuff that we got grandkids that we're looking to plan fun trips with. I mean, we got Maddie, we got Paris, we got EJ, we got baby Ari. I mean, we got plenty of story. And
Right.
I mean, I'm not running. Gucci not running.
Because I would love to see you and JJ with these grandbabies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I feel like, Nikki, do you agree with me? I feel like the show is a little dark.
I think that it really touched on some real life issues, and
Yeah.
it is a little dark, but to a certain extent, outside of assault and outside of DV, I'm not mad at it because this is real life.
And you
People,
know what? I'm sorry, Nikki, to cut you off. And I had to program my mind, and I had to ask God, why did you allow this to happen to me? The same thing that my family and I are going through. It's relatable. People inbox me all the time. I'm going through the same thing with blah blah blah, and I kept every time I question God about it, I get an inbox. Hey, I can relate to you. You helping me. So my thing, let's just work this. If it happened publicly, so I do want to work it out the same way it was, to show people that you can work through this. You know what I'm saying? Let's mend those fathers and daughters relationship. Let's mend mothers and daughters relationship. Nothing is too hard that you can't come back from.
Do you feel like JJ? I see somebody's question in here, so I'm going to ask it. Do you feel like JJ was not really listening to the girls? I mean, because it was a lot of shouting stuff. But do you think they feel like they were heard by their father? What after watching it tonight? What do you think about that conversation with them?
It was very hurtful, for me to sit there and watch them, going back and forth, and at the end of the day, Gucci want them to have a relationship with their dad, you know, but respect me. I can't be just that lady or whatever,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm his wife, and I play a major role in his life, and they play a major role in his life. And like he
Mhm.
said, he didn't raise his girls like that. But one thing about it, I said, they're going to come back to where it all started.
Right.
I was my mom died when I was 6 years old.
Hmm.
My dad remarried. I had a stepmom, and I gave her a pretty hard time. And sometimes I realized, like, okay, I'm probably getting this back for what I did. But you know what, Nikki? As I got grown, through this incident, through film on reality TV, I picked up the phone and called her one night, and I apologized to her. Me, my grown self, took me 20 some years. Hey, I apologize. If this is what I put you through, I apologize.
Yeah.
And whatever you need, whatever, I'm going to be there for you, because she loved my kids. She do everything for and that's how I want, it's just crazy how God will put that thing right back in your face.
What do you think? What do you say to that, Nikki?
I think that, life happens sometimes. And I think that children don't really understand until you become adults and you have a little bit more life experience. So that was a full circle moment for Sophia, to where she's like, oh Lord, now I got to look in the mirror because now I kind of see this playing out in my life in a different way. Let me pick up the phone and kind of let her know I see what you were dealing with. And then I think as far as the girls, I think that's just very convoluted. I think things are very intertwined. I think, unfortunately for you, Sophia, like you got a couple different ways that you have to process this. So, like, something happened to you on national television. That's a traumatic experience, and so that's something that you have to continue working through and heal from, in addition to trying to blend this family. And so I think that the girls are in a position to where they feel like they have to side with their mom. That's natural. Like,
Mhm.
Dee would never go against you for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's natural. And so I think what really needs to be done is some family therapy, because you guys you're trying to do the work. It's just not as effective because you're having the conversations. The previous season, when you guys sat on the couch and you talked about the colorism and Dee was able to express how she felt, that conversation happened. I don't think there was a resolve with that conversation because when the next season started, one of JJ's girls said that there was another conversation that happened, and then that's where the resolution and the resolve kind of happened. And so you guys are having the conversations, but I think when emotions get involved, when tensions get high, you guys are talking at each other and nobody is hearing what anybody is saying. So I think having somebody there who is familiar with working with blended families and can really put everybody in a position to be heard and find a resolution, I think would be great. And I think it has to be put in a way where the girls don't feel like they have to pick a side because it really isn't their issue. And I think that they feel like they have to pick a side because that's their mom. But let's kind of back up a little bit because I don't like, and I heard you say today, like, you care for them, you love them, like, you know, right. So this, whatever's going on with me and your mom, I don't feel these ill feelings. If you do feel ill feelings or if you have frustrated feelings or whatnot for Selena, like, you don't have those feelings for them. And I kind of wish, because I was sharing this with Millie Chun earlier this week, I kind of wish after the situation happened that JJ was just a little bit more involved, like on the TV, because he's the common denominator. And it's his responsibility to fix this. It is. And I don't think that he can take the position of, that's my wife, I'm standing by my wife. And I don't think he could take the position of, that's daddy, baby, I gotta be the, you can't do that. Because everybody has some right and wrong in the situation, but this is a family. You know, there's a beautiful grandbaby over there that you guys want to have come freely and, you know, continue to live the way that you were before this happened. And I really think getting somebody that can sit down with y'all and kind of help y'all figure this out would be great. Because the whole thing is, it would be different if this was just a regular family. It's not on TV, but it's on TV. And then you got social media, which is a whole nother ball game, and everybody's able to give their opinions. And I'm guilty of it too. I am an avid reality TV watcher. If y'all ever catch me on Twitter, I'm probably saying something I had no business saying, but everybody has an opinion, but that doesn't have to be your opinion, but it does affect you. And so I think just getting somebody that can kind of slow things down a little bit and teach you guys how to have effective communication, because the communication is there. And I commend y'all because y'all sit down and y'all have the hard conversation. You don't sweep it under the rug. But you want to make those conversations productive.
Well, let me ask you this, Sophia. Do you think that, I mean, I understand the peace bond and all that stuff, right? Do you think it'll come a moment where, because even though Nikki said JJ needs to do this, but also it's you and Selena who this happened to on TV. Do you think you could have a conversation with her? Because Sanjay asked that tonight. I remember she said, have you had a conversation with my mom or something like that? Do you think that you could talk to her?
I probably, could. I do. I've apologized openly on national, on a lot of different platforms. I've yet to get an apology from her. And there, I set a certain boundaries for myself. You know what I'm saying? I got boundaries, and let me just tell you, like, I'm just putting it on, laying it out, just like I see it. Just like her and Latrice's friends, and she probably, she did have a relation with Cliff. I can't, and they kiki ha, they drank wine together. I can't. I'm just not built like that. I gotta, even though Jay was married to her, that's his ex, and he got kids by her. I'm setting certain boundaries. I can't let people get that close to me. Right. And I'm thinking she wants to get that close to me where we breaking bread, drinking wine. I can't, it's like, hey, bye, you respect me. If she want me to start speaking to her, hey, how you, I'm speaking to you tonight. Hey, how are you? You know, if that's going to make her feel better. You know what I'm saying? But I can't let you get in this circle. I got certain boundaries that I don't let anybody in.
That's fair.
And that's just me. You're not going to get past this boundary. I'm just sorry. But
Well,
I
and
think
that's important. That's very important.
grown now. You know, we should have had, and I can't. I know I'm getting back this shoulda, woulda, coulda. They're grown. They're they're doing their own things. They're young adults. They got their businesses, their life that they're doing. And I don't really have to communicate with Selena as much since the kids are grown because they're able. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're in the same building, somebody's getting married, they're graduating again or something like that. We are going to the wedding, all going to the graduation. That's the only time that I can see that I can have a 2-3 second conversation.
Because I saw you all when Sanjay went to college. I saw you all together when she went to school. All of you were together. So I know that you all can co-parent. I know you all can exist. I know it can be blended. I understand that. But if she had not used the glass as a weapon, do you think that you all could be in a place where, have y'all ever been in a place to be positive and have a conversation? I mean, other than just taking somebody to school or be at a graduation or be
we have actually, at Star's gender reveal, we had a conversation. We got up, we talked about the show just a little bit, but we had a short conversation. That was it. So if when she physically assaulted me, that changed the trajectory of everything. I mean, that's like, oh, this it's gloves off now. And then just like Nikki said, dealing with this happened on national TV. I was publicly humiliated on national TV. Extra is the Bells call, excuse my language, call each other.
Don't say it on here, but I got you. It could be worse. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. We call all types of name, and I thought maybe she'll give me a cute little shade back, and went back and forth, and that was it.
Yeah, for the show. Rolanda Williams said, "Do you think you were more like your stepmom than not? Like repeated the cycle unconsciously, thinking you were doing different? Do you think that you were like your stepmom?"
Yes. Cause and then here's the thing with I thought it was so hard on me, and now I see like it was hard for her as well. You know what I'm saying? And me as a kid, I'm like, she better realize that my mama not here, And I'm like, it's hard for her too, trying to raise somebody else's kid, and it's so many emotions, and yeah.
Okay. So,
anyway,
Nikki, what do you think at this point?
I think that honestly, Sophia, you have done, as far as mending fences with Selena, like I think that you've done your part. You've apologized on TV, and so I think that it would just be better for you to just kind of focus on the things that you can control. So, I'm not sure where you and JJ stand with the girls now, but if that's a relationship that you want to mend, I would just focus on that. And if they're not ready, that's fine. The door will be open if they're ready or when they're ready, if that's how you feel. But I would kind of focus on the things that you can control. I would also kind of focus on where you want the next season to go. I'm not sure if you already know if you're coming back or not, but I would focus on where you want the next season to go. And then I would focus on some boundaries for like filming. Like this is I want to be authentic, but some things are going to be private. And so and I just can't help but go back to that scene that we talked about earlier where you asked him, was he still in love with Selena? Personally, this is just my assumption from watching the show because I haven't asked you. I don't think you think that he is. I think that was like a TV moment. And so I think that you have to get to a place where you say, we're not doing this on TV.
Mm-hmm.
There's one reality TV star. She don't play by her man. She don't play by her marriage.
We don't say her name. We do
I'm
not.
not. I know better. I'm not going to say her name. But I think that you want to have some longevity in the game, and you want to let them know, like, we could play all day. I could throw some shade, but over here we're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay for you to set that boundary, and not only set the boundary, because what I've found in my years of practice is that people don't have a problem with setting boundaries. It's enforcing the boundary where it gets to be a little difficult. And you seem to be really good with that, because you said, listen, I can be cordial and we can have like a very general surface level relationship, but anything under that, I'm not here for it. And you can do the same thing when it comes to what you're willing to put out here for people to consume and what you're not willing to put out here.
Right. So I guess that's something you would have to discuss with production.
Mm-hmm.
So people, I mean, I know I'll say this. So people in the chat, like, if you are a Selena fan, or if you're a Sophia fan, I mean, it's either one or whatever, right? But I don't think you started that, and I really don't want to go back, but I'm just going to go back for this particular thing right here. I looked at the scene a couple of times before this, and I don't think you started it, right? I feel like if you saw Tambra talking to Selena, you should have just kept going or stayed over there with Akeisha.
I should have done that. I should have just waited and
I think you should just stayed over there, Akeisha, because you knew already, because you were feeling already like, well, why is she here? What is Latrice doing? What's up with this? I think you either should have stayed over there with Akeisha or just kept going.
Yeah.
And I think people want to put the blame on you because of however they feel. But I know you and Selena had your words, and I really thought I was like, oh my God, this is so good. This is going back and forth. This is going to be great. But they ran it back tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You said, I'll throw this in your face. But I think what people are forgetting, and they want to hold you to, you said it first. You were walking away as you were saying it.
Mm-hmm. I was walking away.
Yeah, you said it, but you were walking away. You weren't standing in her face talking about this is what I'm going to do. And then the action happened, and then that was it.
And go ahead.
Go ahead.
Put you out. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, I know people want to put blame on it, but you have to watch TV for what it is. You know what I mean? And I like I said, I know you like the person. And I'm not saying it to you, chat, for you who are not a Gucci fan. I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying you have to watch it for what it is and you see. Everybody had a blame in there. Sophia had a blame. She could have stayed where she was.
That's it.
Selena had a blame. She should not use that glass as a weapon. She shouldn't have done that. And even though she was upset, even like tonight, Tambra said that Selena said it was growing.
Mm-hmm.
And you seem not to understand what she was talking about.
Yeah.
I have a question, because there was a scene, and I'm not sure what the event was, but there was an event. I feel like it was the baby shower, and you asked Selena for a bottle of water. She didn't have water. She had lemonade. She was going to give you. So that was the last scene I believe the viewers saw of you guys together. And it didn't seem like there was any beef or any conflict there. Like, nothing outside of like a little light shade,
Yeah, she did a little light shade. And like you said, I just swallowed it and kept going.
Off and kept going. So see that, and then to see like that there's growing tension, that was a bit confusing for me as a viewer, because where's the tension?
But you know what, Nikki, and people forgot the scene that she had with Latrice before the wig mixer, where she was asking about me, and Latrice was inviting her to the wig mixer. She said, so Gucci's gonna be there, and she kind of threw shots at me. Then she was like something about, because I don't think she sold more houses than Sanjay. So it was she came there with intention. And the reason why I say that, because of that scene. She came there with kind of intention. And I didn't know that scene happened until they actually aired it on TV. I'm like, oh, they did a scene together?
And see, now
Oh,
that
it was in the
makes
boutique.
sense. That
Maybe
makes
it was
sense
shopping.
because you were saying, I feel like Latrice set this up. I feel like Latrice set this up. And I couldn't see that. I'm like, well, why does she feel this way? But then when you bring that scene back to memory, it's kind of like, okay, now 1 + 1 is 2. I can see where she's going with that.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that scene happened when I was sitting there looking. I'm like, oh wow, she actually filmed the scene before coming to this wig mixer. So it's like, hey, I know Gucci's going to be there. Let me, do something that I don't normally do, like try to actually speak to her.
Yeah, and I think that Millichan hit the nail on the head when she said that there's blame to go around like that. So everybody could always look back on the situation and say, well, I could have done this differently, and maybe the outcome would have been different. But I do want to say there is no excuse for putting your hands on somebody. And people in the social media world like to talk, and they get to be rah. And if somebody said this to me, I'm gonna do that, and rat tat tat and all that. This is real life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there are consequences. So, it's fun to say on social media, but you can't, you cannot go through life doing that. It's not okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that this works out. And when I said something about a conversation, somebody said, no, you can't break your citation or whatever. So would you be like, let's say she came on the show. Mm-hmm. How long? So you couldn't film with her at all, right?
Due to legal reasons, I can't anyway.
Okay.
Due to legal reasons, I can't for a certain period of time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get that. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah.
Let me see what anybody else is saying. So I guess, let me put Danielle's up here because I've seen this a lot. Mm-hmm. So you took your sunglasses off and walked towards her saying, show me then. What was that about?
It happened so quick. I did take my sunglasses off. I think she touched me. And then that's when I turned around. I'm like, did she just touch me? Like really trying to, I'm like, oh, she touched me. So that's what that was about.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, the show doesn't condone fighting. That, believe me, the lawyers, everybody investigated this and rewatched it 20, 30,000 times. If so, I would not have been able to continue filming.
Gotcha. Yeah, if it had been you that had done it, you could not have done it because because you was at work. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Danielle, does that answer your question? Let me know if that answers your question. Somebody said, let them know. I think it was L Clay. No, Jackie. Jackie said she'll be your daughter-in-law. and she'll be a good daughter-in-law.
He's single.
Oh, he's single. Let me see. He said, Millichan, please ask Gucci, is her sexy son single? Yes, he's single. I'll be a good daughter-in-law.
We have a season 4, baby. I'm gonna be like, baby, every scene, I'm gonna try to have my son on it.
Okay, wait a minute. Which comment? The AK way? Hold on. And she still didn't drop the charges. No, she didn't drop the charges. No, she did not drop the charges. And if someone on your job hits you in the face with a glass, are you gonna just drop the charges because y'all work together? Or I wouldn't have dropped the charges. I don't care who it is. It could have been Gucci hit me. I would not drop the charges on her. Period.
Well, and here's the thing. It's on tape. Like
it's on tape, yeah.
Gucci could say she wants to drop the charges. In the state attorney's office, you have all the evidence that you need. So it's really, once it gets to that point, she could say she wants to drop the charges all she wants to, and they don't have to. And I noticed my other gig is a licensed private investigator. So they don't that don't hold a lot of weight, honestly. Yeah. Not with video evidence.
Danielle said the editing made you look like the aggressor, and it didn't show what Selena did. It didn't show what Selena did because it was the in and out. It was the blackout, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end, you saw Gucci with the cuts and everything. So
no, I understood exactly what happened.
Yeah. I did too. I slowed my TV all the way down. I watched it.
The situation is when I don't remember what Sophia asked Selena, but Selena said, "Are you effing serious?" So to me, I was like, "Oh,
I felt like,
it's
honestly,
coming up."
and this is nothing against you, good, but I really felt like Selena had clocked in right there. At that moment, I was like, "Ooh, Selena."
Yes, that's why I was like,
I said, "Okay, Selena, I see what you're doing." Okay, because she was giving me, I could see it, and I was like, "Ooh, this going back and forth with Gucci and Selena is gonna be some really good TV."
Mm-hmm.
And it just,
yeah, I was hoping it was just gonna be some really good TV, and
yes,
you, in this business, you can't let your emotions overtake you. You gotta have self-control. You gotta have self-control because it was, growing up, I was a firecracker, and you just gotta have self-control. You really do. It being a big adult, you know what I'm saying? You you gotta have some control. This is not what I signed up for.
right, absolutely.
This show, of course, you're gonna have your catty stuff, but at the end of the day, we're here to support each other businesses. Show people that there are some bosses here in Mississippi. We're doing things here in Mississippi. And that's what I want to showcase. And I didn't. And of course, I could have showcased us having trouble with my blended family, but definitely not fighting and all that. That's not what I stand for.
Right. I don't Lady T Bug, let me put this up because okay, Cindy Lou, ask it again, and Cindy Lou, put your question back down again, so I won't have to go back up. Lady T Bug said Gucci made an entire plan in her mind, but didn't clue Selena in on the joke. I don't think it was something she needed to clue. I don't even think she knew of. She didn't know what was happening.
Here's the thing. She said she's been on reality TV before, so she know the drill.
Yeah.
I mean, she know that, she's more experienced than me than this reality TV. So she know exactly how this thing goes.
Yeah.
Well, and then I didn't even hear Sophia say she had a plan.
Right, that was so planned.
She was going
in for work.
Yeah.
She went to go speak. I feel like it was a little shade because Selena was there. You knew you wasn't gonna speak to her, but that's TV, so I don't think there was like a master plan.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this, I don't want people to feel like I'm biased because
I'm just gonna ignore her. I'm just gonna ignore her because I want this thing so good. I'm just gonna ignore her.
Okay. Somebody wanted me to ask their question. Cindy Lou, what is your question? Can you type it back down in the comments? Because I can't find it. So until then, I think Raven says, why ignore her if it wasn't a problem previously? I think
because here's the thing. I knew the way producers had me kind of, Gucci, wait in your car before you go in. I felt it. I said, and I called Jay. I said, Jay, Selena's at this event. He said, well, I need you to be on your best behavior. Just go in there, speak to the Bells. And I kind of felt something was going to happen. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to go in and speak to the Bells. Kind of ignore her if I won't have any altercation with her.
Yeah.
I called Jay. I was like, this don't feel right. Why is she,
I'm looking for this question. But she really wants me to ask you the question. I don't know, girl. Country Wayne, I don't know. It's always says your son fine as Country Wayne. Like, I don't know, child. Cause hey, Country Wayne.
Don't get the cutting up, Millie.
He got a lot. He got a lot. You right, Nick. I'm not. This is not what we're here for. This is not that kind of night. Let me find this question. I'm not gonna be here for that. That's another night. That's a TikTok night. Let's do it after dark. I can't find your question, Cindy Lou. Just ask it back down again. But is there anything else, Nikki, that you'd like to add?
No, I think that pretty much covered everything.
So Nick, Nikki, do you I don't know how it's going. So by me, and I know by me filing the charges is what really kind of blew up the situation, and I know that's what, kind of made the girls really upset. And when Carlos asked me that on TV at the reunion tonight, I said, sometimes you got to teach people how to treat you. Mm-hmm. And I just, if I did drop the charges, then what? Who's gonna, it's kind of got my hands tied on that one.
Question for you: how did the girls find out that you were pressing charges?
I think Jay and I was on vacation. We didn't tell them. I guess after their mom got the letter delivered to her house, she probably told them, and they called their dad upset.
Yeah, and so I think that, this goes back to what we talked about earlier with the communication. Like, Jay could have met with them and said, hey, listen, actions have consequences. This is what Sophia is going to do. I wanted you to hear from me. Of course, they still were going to be upset. But I think, that kind of makes them feel like, okay, well, I'm still a priority in the situation. And you still have to do what you have to do. Because the thing is, nobody can tell you that you were right or wrong for pressing charges, because nobody can tell you how to feel. Nobody knows how you felt experiencing this in front of the girl. So you did what you felt was best for you, and that's okay.
Right. Okay. So Tasha and Cindy Lou, I have your question, so I'll get you right after this. Tasha Anderson says, once you filed charges against Selena, did you think it would cause friction between JJ and the girl? Did you think about it before you filed the charges?
I wasn't thinking about nobody but taking care of me.
Okay.
Self-care first. I knew that the girls would be upset. I didn't know they'll be upset with their dad because I made that decision by myself. He didn't help me make that decision. So I didn't think that they'll be mad at their dad.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So Cindy Lou's question is, I follow JJ and Gucci on Instagram. They show one thing on the show, and in their lives, it seems as though the family is in a better place. Mm-hmm. Did Gucci have an influence on Sanjay becoming a realtor?
We are working on our family. We're taking baby steps. We were farther when we aired that. Let's just say that.
Okay, good.
We're working on it. So we just, it's nothing that can be rushed. We're taking one day at a time. We're praying, making sure God is involved in the decision that we make, because we are a praying family. So we're farther than it, just pulled off an old scab. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so happy that you guys, got to see Belle Collective and just reliving it tonight was very hard. It just reliving it. But we are much farther than we was back then. Let me just say that. Right. Not where we need to be, but we're going to get there. Did Gucci have an influence on Sanjay? Actually, Sanjay dad kind of convinced her, hey, go ahead and, to be a realtor. I wasn't a big influence on her with that. Her dad kind of, pushed her to, get into real estate.
Okay, that's fair. Cindy Lou, you good? Let me see. And then I'm going to go with like what Rolanda is saying right here. All this is TV, because I respond how Gucci and Selena did. Yes, it's all television, and it is here for our entertainment. But these are these people's real lives, and this is really going on, right? So they have, I just know for me, y'all come back next season, I don't want to hear nothing about no building. I don't want to hear, I know we're going to have some brunches, but I want Latrice to be doing, I want to see Latrice at work all the time. I do. I just do. I want to see Maria at work all the time. So she said,
you need to see me at
work. Maria.
You know what? I want to see me at work all the time.
I want to see you at work. I want to see you with your outfit on, going on over to Keller Williams. I need to see you talking to people, setting up a real space. I need all that.
We did a lot of filming of me closing on homes and showing homes. It just didn't make the cut, But Gucci is working over here. But I want people to show that, you know, the Bells, we can coexist and work and throw the shade and have fun and all that at the same time. It's just I don't want people to get so malicious and evil where they do something or say something.
Because it's TV. Because it's TV, and we don't know people like that, right? It's wild. But Danielle has two questions. I see one up here. I put one down here. The first one, she said, "Have you spent one-on-one time with EJ? Because she can see you being a fun grandma." And Danielle is questioning for all of us. The Bells need a trip somewhere.
We need a trip. We need to get this element, put in another element, and see if we're gonna have.
Yes. Have you spent time with EJ though?
I have spent time with EJ. EJ come over here every Sunday. Play. He's learning how to. His granddad got him in swim lesson.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's so funny. She'll send us videos of him trying to swim. He loves water. Of course, baby Ari.
Yes, how is she?
Baby Ari is fine, running around here like Akeisha, she's the queen of Jackson now. Got a new queen in town, baby. But baby Ari is a handful. She's such a doll.
How is D?
D is doing life. She's in a better place mentally. Okay. She's working on some things. She trying to follow in her mom's footsteps, which is going to be good. So, and it's and I do want you guys to learn more about Michael, my son. Learn more about D and the different things. I mean, our family got so many. We got a lot of story right here in my family without the mess.
Right. And I really would love to see that. Terry Wilson says, "Why wasn't the other twin at the reunion?"
She decided not to come. Sometimes it's best to kind of stay out of things, you know. So I guess she didn't want to, indulge too much in that. She wanted to kind of not be around a bunch of negativity.
Okay. All right. I understand that. All right. Is there anything that you all will want? I know that you all have some things to say and all that. And I think I put up the things that we are going to talk about.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What was your experience like? Okay. What was your experience like as a teenage mom? Were you a teenage mom?
Yes.
What was your experience like?
It was very hard. It was hard. Then trying to balance school and being a mom, really didn't know how to be a mom, just learning day by day or how to, deal with this. I mean, that was very hard because I managed to actually get my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, but it was very hard. I still continued in school. And so it's almost like I grew up with my son.
Okay. Are you and JJ's mother in a better place?
Yes. Mother Love and I is in a better place.
Is Mother Love in the house?
Living with you?
No.
That's why, baby.
Yeah.
Last week she was fussing about the coffee. She just make little visits now. I don't know. Her mother-in-law. She might have a pawpaw somewhere.
Okay. Oh, well, if she got a pawpaw somewhere, then y'all ain't got to worry about her too much.
You can get a percolator coffee.
Look, so Raven said everybody keep talking about this. Raven, you gonna have to do your homework, girl. You gonna have to go there. Raven, you gonna have to go over there on Gucci page and do your homework, and then you just come back.
If we have a season,
hit me on my social, Raven. Hit me on my social. Tell me what you think. Huh?
I'm gonna make sure you guys see more of him. If we come back with a season 4, yes.
Oh, this is a good question. What is your relationship off camera with the other Bells?
Well, Akeisha's my girl. Akeisha, me and her, I talk to Akeisha every other day. Of course, she thinks she the big sister, but I'm the oldest, so I'm the big sister.
Okay.
You're a big sister, but I talk to Akeisha every other day. We talk about business. Okay. We talk about we pray together. We talk about real life issues. We talk about the plans that she's got working. I tell her about, what's going on with me and my family. She give me good advice. So I talk to Akeisha a lot. I do talk to Letitia.
Okay.
Letitia is very uplifting. I do love my conversation with Letitia. Every time I talk to her, she's very positive.
Okay.
I talk to Marie every once in a while, but not as much. But I don't talk to Tamara. I don't talk to Latrice now, but I do stay in touch with Letitia and Marie, and I do talk with Akeisha.
Okay. Do you have a workout clothing line coming? Somebody said, when is the workout clothing line coming?
It's already out. Go to SoGucciFit.com. I got waist trainers. I got sports bras. I even had to throw my husband t-shirts on there, messing Mississippi. So if you guys want to buy any of my gear, I got exercise bands. Go to SoGucciFit.com. Of course, just like I said on the reunion, I'm partnering with Clothing Across America. And we're actually gonna give away free workout gear. I'm just trying to get it organized. This in the fall, I think we gave away socks and t-shirts, but this time it's gonna be exercise gear. But I think I'm gonna require everybody to do like a 15-minute HIIT class so they get it. But yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nikki, do you have any closing words? Because we're getting ready to get out of here. And do you have anything like tools that we could use or somewhere that could go? Could you tell us and then tell us how we can reach you if we need you?
Yes. So I do have a couple of websites to plug. If anybody is looking for a therapist, you can go to cliniciansofcolor.com. You can go to therapyforblackgirls.com, therapyforblackmen.com, and inclusivetherapist.com. And so you can find my profile there. You can find various profiles there for people in your state. That offers individual, family, couples therapy, anything that you're looking for, you can absolutely find it there.
Okay. So, Gucci, how can we reach you?
You can reach me at, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, land, or whatever, it's sophiatheagent.com. If you're looking to buy any kind of workout gear, schedule a session with me at SoGucciFit.com. Also follow me on SoGucci007 official on Instagram. I will have I'm planning a Mardi Gras home buyer seminar here locally in Jackson. Of course, you can come by, get some information. We're going to have king cakes, cupcakes. I'm still working on it, but I'm going to have a home buyer seminar. And I'm going to have a lender on site. And what we're going to do is teach you guys how to buy a home, what you need to do, how much money you need to save up, kind of prep you, the different things that the question that needs to be asked on how to get started on buying a home. So I'll be there. It's going to be fun. I might have my son in the house DJing. Gucci home buyer seminars are different, baby. We have fun.
Okay. Ladies, I want you to text me all of your information so I can put it on my community board on my YouTube channel so people can find that. Nikki, would you like to say something to us before we get out of here?
Well, all I can say is, Sophia, continue doing what you're doing. It's very important to just keep communicating, keep the lines of communication open. I feel like you all really do a good job of that. And keep protecting your peace, guard your heart, and enforce your boundaries. And I think the rest will come.
Thank you. It was great talking to you, Nikki. This conversation was very different for me, Millie, because we did have Nikki here today to give her perspective and not to pick sides and just give her honest opinion. And I'm a person that I can accept constructive things and positive things that I need to do to improve my family dynamic, and I'm open to it. I'm a person that's open to suggestions and I'll work on it. I'm going to work on it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. Because I want y'all to come back for another season, and I want it to be light. You know what I mean? And I think that, just really think about let's think about another situation. I mean, I don't know how you all do it, what y'all talk about, but please tell them we don't want to see this no more.
Okay.
Tell them I said it. I don't care how they feel about it. Millie Chan says she don't want to see this no more. And you can just give my information. I can tell them myself. Because oh, Lord, I'm tired. But you all, we're going to get ready to get out of here. And I want to thank everybody for coming to the channel tonight. I appreciate it. I thank Nikki for being here. We appreciate your outlook. Thank you so much for being here.
You are
and
so
thank you, Sophia, for being here. I know you are glad this is over.
Yeah.
You're ready to relive another season soon, maybe. But so Gucci's IG is, tell me your IG again.
It's So Gucci 007 official.
007 official.
Is it? Yeah, girl.
So Gucci 007 official. Y'all have a good night. And I'll see y'all. I'll have a review up. I messed up, put the review up in my story on TikTok. I'm gonna do my review tonight. It's gonna be very short because y'all show was really, it was quick tonight. I don't know, for me, it was like I didn't have a lot. I said I got to look at it again because I didn't get a lot I could hold on to.
It went so quick. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It was like Letitia said she was getting engaged, and then it was talking about Cliff. I have to say this. Cliff, girl. I think I said, Latrice, nobody is jealous of your husband who needs a walking subtitle in an ESL, English Second Language form. This is crazy. Girl, we could not, I didn't know what he said.
I didn't know what he was saying until they put the subtitles in, and I was like, oh, that's what he said.
What was he saying? Because he was like, because then he was like, that's what it is, and then she did that, so and then he just kind of went down low, and I said, what the hell is he talking about? Girl, I was outdone.
It was like, huh?
Poor Latrice. Latrice is just a beautiful person who just going through this life, honey. I hope she can get Zaddy together. She gonna have to have her. She need a dry erase board. I'm sorry, y'all. I like Latrice. I love Latrice. It's your girl Millie Chan, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Bye.
Bye.